How we sounding? How we sounding? Minimal lag? Yes, no, maybe? Maybe? How we sounding? How we sounding? Okay. I gotta check sometimes, y'all. I had a couple of lives where I did a whole entire live and none of it got through. Gotta check from now on. Gots to see it through, my boy. Gots to see it through. Get a couple more minutes. I'll let you guys go ahead and slide on in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's get things cracking like in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Peeps back with another banger live, man. And today we have a lot of information to go ahead and cover, man. Whole lot of information, man. Voice lines being leaked left and right, man. We will go ahead and get into that. Little bit of news for you guys and a little bit of leaks for Takeda as well. Just a little bit of insight of what we're about to be covering today, you guys. But without further ado, man, let's get straight into it because, once again, we got a whole lot to cover. So starting off, as you guys know, if you've been on my channel, you've been in my community tab at all, you know that Sektor and Cyrex are both women characters now, bro. Yes, they did the whole gender swap, man. So instead of us having the playable male characters or the male versions for these characters, we now have the women version for these characters. Let me know how you guys feel about that, man. If I'm being completely honest with you. Because me personally, I really don't care as long as the character plays well. Since we already got the two characters as cameo, I'm not tripping about it too much. But if they want to decide to make these two characters women characters, I say execute it the correct way, right? It's going to be weird having Sektor being a woman and she's going to be Grandmaster. That's just me in my opinion. I don't know. But other than that, you know, I don't have any type of issue with it at all whatsoever, you guys. So that's my take on that so far. We got those two characters. And I'll actually provide a little bit of insight a little bit later. Actually, we can do it now. But your boy Inner Loco actually dropped that information, man. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Your boy Inner Loco dropped this information for us. So let's see here. Inner Loco. So here we go. We got the Cyrax sounds.
When we're talking about what is at stake, we are not talking
Once
about
again, shout out to that boy Inner Loco.
What Donald Trump wants for the country. Doctors could face up to 99 years in prison for providing abortion care. That is the law.
We can never get through this ad. Sheesh. So as you guys can hear, it's a lady's voice, you know. So there you guys have it. And then they have the unknown grunt sounds for Sektor as well. Which is also very feminine as well. And then we have an unknown male character, which I don't know who this is. Could be GHOSTFACE, I don't know. It sounds like the guy has a mask on. I have no clue. I'm not 100% sure, you guys. But as of right now, that's all we have. We have the male character for the grunt sounds, and then we have these two characters right here. Alright? So, there you have it. Two characters for Cyrax and Sektor are now going to be feminine instead of male characters. Real interesting stuff, y'all. Real interesting stuff. Alright, next on our list. And I went a little bit too far. We got this right here. So, Mortal Kombat 1, full story expansion, full DLC, data miner details. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a warning. There are going to be spoilers, like how your boy The Thinny said right here. So, The Thinny has some really interesting news for us, you guys. And he basically went in and put it in a tweet. Right? So, here we go. Once again, spoilers ahead. If you are not looking to see what the story expansion has to offer, even though this is a leaked channel, please leave the supremacists now. So, two new characters, right? New character 1, 2 fighters, and a update for an existing fighter, probably his own DLC. 1 cameo, 1 unknown Titan Havoc minion, and 1 unknown Earthrealm helper. A lot of people speculated that this Earthrealm helper is actually going to be Serena, and that Serena is actually going to be playable. But from what we've seen with the Sektor and Cyrax leak, you guys, I highly doubt it, because we already got Serena as cameo, right? So the fact that they would try to put Serena as a playable character would mean that they were more than likely going to do a gender swap for that character from a different timeline if they were to produce that, right? I think the unknown Earthrealmer might actually be Harumi, and that Harumi might actually be playable, despite what people are saying for her actually being cameo inside of this game, right? Now, it could be cameo. I have no clue. It could be cameo. From what everybody's saying, Harumi is cameo. I'm still going to speculate that Harumi is going to be playable inside the game, but that's just me, right? Then we have 1 unknown Titan Havoc minion. If I had to speculate with who that character would be, I'd probably say it would be Bihan, also known as Noob Saibot, being the Titan Havoc minion, who has basically been speculated to basically play a huge role inside of the story expansion. So, if it's me personally, just like thinking outside the box here, I'm thinking it's going to more than likely be Noob Saibot being that cameo character, or playable character. And then we have 1 cameo. The 1 cameo I believe that we're going to actually get, you guys, is going to be no other than that boy Shinnok himself, right? If you guys seen in a previous live that I had, we had Shinnok pretty much having his entire data inside of the game, right? We do know that Fair is going to be the next DLC cameo that we get, but we don't know what is going to happen after that because NetherRealm Studios basically said that this is going to be it for the Combat Pack 1, meaning this next cameo character will possibly be in the Combat Pack 2. And right now, Shinnok is fitting the description because he is the only one so far that has his source codes in the files for MK1. So it would only make sense for us to get Shinnok as the cameo, right? And then we have the two new fighters, more than likely being Cyrex and Sektor, for the two feminine characters inside of this game. And then we have an update for an existing fighter, probably his own DLC. Could that be Titan Havoc? Could we get Titan Havoc at the end, maybe as a skin for regular Havoc? I don't know. I'm going to let you guys speculate on this one because I'm drawing a blank here. But as of right now, your boy Peeps is going 4 for 5. So, there's that. Next up, we have the key players inside of the story. So, it says here, right here, the thing also goes on and says that Chaos Havoc, along with the Chaos Minions, including Takeda, as well as Emperor Rain and his wife, Empress Tanya, and then we have Lieutenant Jonathan Cage, as well as Cyrex Sektor, being potential sisters inside of this DLC. And then we have an unconfirmed female inventor. So that's really interesting. Maybe she's playing a part in the, what is it called? I forget the clan name. The Lin Kuei. I don't know why I drew a blank there, but the Lin Kuei. So I think she might end up playing a part for the Lin Kuei, basically making all the suits, you know, for Cyrex and Sektor inside of this cameo game. Which I know a lot of people are very upset about this because it's really interesting how they have Cyrex and Sektor being mentioned as characters inside of this game. And then we have the bots or the droids inside of the cameo system. But we never really get to see Cyrex and Sektor. So a lot of people speculated that they were going to be male characters inside this universe. Long and behold, maybe Liu Kang's universe had some other plans. I don't know, man. Liu Kang, man, what you doing, buddy? Little Rule 37 here. I don't know. But then we also have the DLC cameo for Harumi, Scorpion's wife, acting as a female Scorpion. So the thing he goes on and basically says that Harumi is also going to be cameo, but we also have a voice actor for this character. So I don't know. Once again, I'm just going to continue to speculate that this character is going to be playable, but a lot of people are leaning towards this character being cameo. Am I happy that Harumi is going to be in the game, period? Absolutely. I really don't care whether she is going to be cameo or playable. I'm glad to see that we are getting a feminine Scorpion. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Or it could even be a skin. You never know. So then it also goes on and says that the DLC skin for the Chaos Bihan, also known as Smooth Cybot, will only be a skin for Bihan. So that's going to be really interesting. So the thing basically goes on and says that we're not actually getting Noob Cybot, you guys. But instead, we are actually just going to get a skin for Sub-Zero, which is going to be Noob Cybot with Chaos movesets. So they're kind of doing like a little, from what it sounds like here, they're kind of doing like this whole little brawlhalla thing where they basically go in, right? They make a character and then they basically overlap a skin on top of this character with that character's own moveset, right? So instead of expanding the roster and giving Noob Cybot his very own moves, we're going to end up getting this from what the Thinny said, right? Now, I don't know if this is 100% true because the files for Megan Fox basically confirms that Noob Cybot is going to be his own character, right? And she even confirms and basically says that you are the one they call Bihan. But maybe they could go ahead and pull some strings, I don't know, to like twist the character for like certain skins. Because even with like Katana, if you match up katana with katana, the Titan katana actually talks to the regular katana. So it could be one of those type of situations, you guys. I have no clue. I am not in NetherRealm Studios, but what I am is the person giving out the information for the leaked information that I am getting on my end, right? So Chaos Bihan, also known as Noob Saibot, for this timeline, from what the thing he says, is just going to be a DLC skin, all right? And then we have Orion, the female version of Armageddon, also a dragon controlled by Titan Havoc. She is considered to be a new character inside of this MK game. From what the Thinning has said, she is going to be she's actually just going to make an appearance from what I'm seeing. I don't think she's going to be playable. I don't think she's going to be cameo. From what I'm looking at right now, you guys, I think that she's just going to be in the game, and we're going to be able to see her, and maybe potentially fighting her as a runner-up for the final boss, maybe. Because, let's be real, Titan Havoc is going to be the final boss, you guys. But I think that Orion is going to be the runner-up for the Titan Havoc fight, or second to last. Kind of like how Shang Tsung was to Shao Kahn, right? So that's all that we have for this portion of the leak. The Thinny also goes in and adds this as well. There are two people who I could not map correctly. So some dude who is working with Havoc and another probably female working with Earthrealm. There's a third female entity in with Chameleon, who I currently believe is Cyrax, right? Once again, I think a lot of people speculated that this character was going to be Serena, but once again, I have no clue. I'm going to continue to speculate that this might actually be Harumi, and that, you know, we're getting our threads a little crossed here, but who knows, man? So once again, we might end up getting a brand new Earthrealm character that nobody knows who it is, right? Could be anybody from the roster. It could be somebody from the Red Dragon. It could be somebody from Special Forces. We do not know. It could be Cassie Cage for all we know. You know, the possibilities are endless since we have multiple timelines and multiple universes colliding with each other inside of this game. So, it could be one of those characters. You never know. It could be also be Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade might actually make another appearance. Hey, man. Hey. Or it could be Serena. I don't know. That's just speculation on my end. And then we have the other character who is basically fighting with Titan Havoc, which is the second person. I think he said, hold on one second. Some dude who is working with Havoc, and another probably female working with Earthrealm. Okay, so just the one guy. So the one guy more than likely is going to be Noob Saibot, you guys. And then we don't know who this female protagonist is that is running with the characters in MK for the Earthrealm team. Well, we will find that out pretty soon. I'm pretty sure somebody is going to drop a leak real soon debating on who this character might actually be. Alright, so that is all for the leaks as of right now, you guys. What we do have next right here is a couple of information for the MK1 game, gameplay mode, and other game modes, right? So, first off, Warrior Shrine, right? Still no information on what the Warrior Shrine is. All we have as of right now is that there is no information currently available, but according to the inventory files, the Warrior Shrine is basically going to be used for the Combat League currency, which will allow you to unlock Combat League stuff, right? So, I don't know if this is 100% accurate or not. We just know that the Warrior Shrine has its own codes inside of the game, right? That's all we know. Other than that, we have no information still on what the Warrior Shrine is. It has almost been, about like 6-7 months inside of the game, man. And off rip, we don't know what we're getting yet, you guys. It's just, the Warrior Shrine is just there. I might make an entire video explaining my thoughts on what the Warrior Shrine actually might be, because I don't think anybody knows what this thing does, if I'm being completely honest with you, and nobody's covered it at all. Yet I've came back to this like several times on the channel. And even now, 6, 7 months down the line, nobody knows what the hell is going on with the Warrior Shrine. So, interesting stuff, man. I'll go ahead and try to do some digging for you guys, man. You guys will hear it here first. Tag team mode. So, once again, I'm going to go ahead and state that all these things that are listed right here are inside of the game, okay? So, they all have their own specific codes inside of the game. Now, they could be testing something for newer games, or they could be implementing this inside of the game. So, tag team mode, for what we're seeing right here, is inside of the game, you guys. And then it reads, tag team was added 3 updates ago, where you can use the cameo button to tag in and out MK9 style, meaning you will be able to pick someone from the main roster, like someone like Katana, right? And then you can pick another character from the main roster, someone like Scorpion, and you can keep switching them in and out. 2 updates ago, tag team button was removed, but the functionality is still there. But the only way to swap is to die. So it seems like, and this is just speculation, you guys, it seems like they tried to put the MK9 system inside of this game, right? But there was a couple of bugs, and they could not get it right. They somehow, some way messed it up, and the character kept dying every time they tried to swap. So, will this game mode actually be pushed inside the future? I think that's the biggest thing that everybody is looking for as of right now. I think if they decide that they can get this right, if they can go ahead and they can fix this inside the game, and they can break down all the bugs and patch everything up, I think that we'll get an MK9 type of playstyle where there'll be an actual game mode where we can actually have tag team mode, man. Go ahead and drop a like right now, man, if you actually like the idea of adding tag team back into the game. Because I know that was a huge function that everybody loved inside of MK9, man. I'm not going to lie to you, man. The combos would go absolutely crazy when you just switch out both of the characters. Like, imagine you have Katana, right? And you're just popping folks in the air, right? And then you switch over to Scorpion into the spear, right? Or like Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting side by side, right? But they're not cameo this time. They're both playable characters, right? So the combo possibilities are going to be endless if they decide to put this inside the game, man. So, really exciting stuff, man. You guys can see right here, right now, that it is inside the game. The files and the source codes are inside of this game. But they just cannot execute it. So that's the biggest issue. Cameo mode. This is its name. We don't know if that means a 1v1 cameo or if it means no cameo at all. But what we do know is cameo wins is a voice line, where cameo is the name of the cameo. I don't know what the hell that means, but from what it sounds like, I don't know. Maybe they're adding just straight cameos. How would that work? I don't know how that would work, like, at all. I don't know. Maybe that's why they scrapped the idea. Hey. Or maybe it was just cameo mode because they removed the cameo from the tag team mode, right? And they put the cameo inside, like, basically like in the background, right? So that you could pick those 2 characters. And the way they tried to set that up was causing the 2 characters to die when they swapped, right? That's just speculation, though, you guys. I'm just guessing as of right now. But from what it sounds like, since they have tag team mode and then they have cameo mode, it seems like they put cameo inside of its own little personal bubble, right? So that they could add this tag team mode. But I think they're having a couple of issues with it. So that's just my take on that as of right now, man. And I keep backing out of this. Jeez. Go back to this here. I hope Onaga comes back. Hopefully, they don't gender swap Onaga. I doubt they'll do that. I doubt they'll gender swap him. They'll keep some of the like big bads. Like, I don't think they'll gender swap them. But I feel like they thought that they could get away with the ketchup and mustard duo and just do the gender swap, which I'm not 100% not opposed to at all. As long as the character plays well, since we already got them as cameo. I am perfectly fine with those characters being male, female. It does not matter, you know, as long as that character plays well, right? And hey, who knows? We might end up getting a male skin version of these characters. You never know, right? Once again, the possibilities are endless since they have multiple timelines with multiple characteristics, multiple personalities, multiple everything, right? You would think MK would be able to just basically make any skin, anything, you know, any possibility. Like, the canvas is open for just about anything to happen, right? So, you could easily add a skin for these characters, right? And turn them into male characters. And turn them into women characters, right? So, that's my take on it. It could be the same thing for Harumi. You could add Harumi inside the game and make it a scorpion skin, right? But then again, that would be another microtransaction. So, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this. But as of right now, everything stands the way it stands. So, upcoming modes and content. There are too many modes in the files right now, right? And including the following. So we have Mercy mode, right? Once again, I think that some of the stuff there are just straight testing, you guys. I don't think that these are actually certain game modes that they are going to add inside the game, right? Now, Mercy mode, they could add Mercy back, right? Mercy was kind of like in its own little bubble where I don't think it would interfere with the animality, right? I feel like being able to basically like mercy your character should be a thing inside the game. It is beyond disrespectful. And if you're like, let's say like you're going against like these Raiden players or these Smoke players, because I'm grouping you guys both in with the same little barrel. Like you guys, dude, the only reason they pick certain characters like that is because they know they do big boy damage, and that's about it. And it's easy to perform. That's about it. You know, just wait till I get my Shane character together for you guys. It's gonna be really bad. But Mercy mode, like just imagine, right? You playing an opponent, right? He's just standing back, just doing nothing but throwing projectiles, right? Just fireball, fireball, right? And then, like, somehow, someway, you end up beating him, right? So he's a huge cheeser, right? You end up beating him. And then you decide to mercy him, right? I feel like that would be the best way to do all of this, you know? Just add the mercy mode right inside the game, right? Why not? Go ahead and disrespect your opponent if they're playing like absolute dog shit, right? And go ahead and take your dub on top of the disrespect. I'd love to see it, man. Now, if it works the other way around, then sorry for you, buddy. But I want to see Mercy back in the game. Test your X. So test your X, from what I am getting as of right now, test your X meaning they don't know what they want to do with it, right? All test your X modes were added to the files. So test your might, test your sight, and I think it was a couple other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head. But it was like 4 different game modes where you would test something, right? I forgot what the other game modes were though. I know test your might and test your sight are definitely one of them. And I really don't know what the other ones were. But I know for a fact that there was 4 of them. Anyway, all of those are actually inside of the game as of right now, right? But they haven't executed it to the point where you're able to play these game modes, right? So, Ed Boon actually put up a poll not too long ago where he asked, will test your sight be back in the game, right? Now, they have the files inside of the game, and I did say in a previous live that I did not think that test your sight would end up making a return. But from what I'm seeing right here, I might be proved wrong, you guys. Hey, man, I didn't say I was 10 for 10, man. I am 7 for 10, man, from the 3. But your boy The Thinny and your boy Interloco, man, that's a totally different story. Them boys are 10 for 10. But if Test Your Sight does end up coming back inside of the game, that would be fire, man. Adding different game modes inside of the game, I think a lot of people would like that inside the MK community, man. Being able to basically like take this dub, man, and basically bringing newer game modes inside, or older, I should say older, because they are older versions of certain things, and then putting them into the new system, I think would be fire, you guys. Like, who remembers the chess combat, right? Chess combat was, hey, it was fire, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cute little game modes like that is what this game needs, man. You need to make the game feel fresh. You know, you want more people to come and play your game. You know, you want your casual fan base to come play your game. Put in these little game modes, man, right? Test your luck. Put in those little game modes, right? Like, make people gravitate towards your game without throwing in microtransactions. If Elden Ring did it, man, you guys can do it too, man. Just make a good game, you know, at the end of the day. So then also we have the stage transitions. Now this is beyond interesting, you guys. If MK1 ends up doing stage transitions, we would have stage transitions, we would have animalities, we would have mercy, test your might, test your luck, test your sight, and then that other one that I can't remember. That is 7 different things, 7 different new things added to this game, you guys. If they add all 7 of these things, I guarantee you more people will start flocking back to this game. If executed right. If executed right. Because you have to execute this thing right, you guys. If it's not executed right, if it's executed wrong, this is not going to work, right? So you got to make sure the bugs, make sure all the bugs are fixed before you throw this out, NetherRealm. If it's not fixed, you're screwed. If you mess these 7 things up, you're screwed. Alright? That's my take on that. So, stage transitions, right? They add stage transitions, that would be wonderful, man. But from what it seems like, they're just taking it inside of the MK1 game and they're testing it, right? From what it says right here, the stage transitions have been added to the files. However, it is common for NetherRealm games to add content for future games. Meaning that they have taken certain things from their older games, right? Or say, for example, MKX. Put it inside of the MKX game just to test it. And basically put it inside of like games like Injustice 2, right? Or MK11, right? Just to see how these features would work inside of this game. So it could be a test for Injustice 3, and we might end up getting Injustice 3 earlier than expected because they're testing it as of right now, right? So Injustice 3 is released at the end of 2024. I'm not sure why this has been added. Oh, so unless Injustice 3 has been released in the end of 2024. He's not sure why this could be added inside the game, right? Now, this is right here like a win-win for the MK community, you guys. This is a win-win, right? You win if we get Injustice 3, right? We get a brand new game, brand new fresh game, right? Everyone can stop complaining about only having MK1, right? How the game works, how the game functions. Everybody can stop complaining about, you know, the game being a certain way, right? But we can also get transitions or stage transitions inside of MK1, right? Me personally, I'm gonna say that's a win-win, right? Because if you are an MK player and you love MK, right, and we get stage transitions, that is fire, right? But on the other hand, if we get Injustice 3, it is also fire. I'm okay with both options, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Online lobbies have been added recently, which you guys actually see. This is up and running inside the game right now. Invasions online content. So this is actually interesting as well. Sounds like we're going to be able to play Invasions, but it's going to be Invasions multiplayer. So that is actually really interesting. I don't know how they're going to execute this. Because Invasions, you basically like on this little like board, right? On this little game board. And then like you go into the next mission, right? Now will it be like a thing where like you basically like swap off? Or like one person basically like plays one round and then the other person plays the next round? Or will it be a system where you have the Invasions mode, right? But you have tag team inside of the Invasions mode, right? Meaning you and another player are basically playing, right? And then you guys can tag each other in. Now that would be smooth if they were working on the tag team mode for this game mode. Meaning those two things would go hand in hand. That's just speculation though, you guys. I don't know 100% if they're going to do that. That's just straight speculation. But that's the only way I can see this working, right? Unless you're going to alternate between who's going to play what fight inside of this board game, right? Or instead of doing that, at tag team mode, now both players can play at the same time, right? Not only that, bro, but just imagine. You guys are going in and putting in combos. Let's say you're playing like with your buddy, right? And then you perform a certain combo, right? And you tell them to finish the combo, right? If they were to move into that direction, you're basically making like a PvE, so player versus environment type of game, right? So I don't know. That would be really interesting to see. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like more and more people would go to play Invasions if we had online Invasions content. That's just me though. So then again, we got Warrior Shrines, which no content has been found, and then the rest we have already covered, right? Alright, so here we go. These are the game modes that are possibly going to be inside of the game. Other than the possibility of tag team mode, not 100% sure on one of these. Here is a list of modes that the announcer calls, meaning these are inside the game, or the career profile tracks, right? So we got Test Your Luck, Test Your Sight, Test Your Strike, and Scavenger Hunt, as well as Mercy. All of these are inside the game as of right now, you guys, but they have not been put out to the public. Alright, so what about Sub-Zero, man? Let's go ahead and get into some of the news stuff. Straying away from the leaks, let's go straight into the news, man. What about Sub-Zero? Question mark, right? So it seems that Street Fighter 6 is basically going and basically letting the MK community know, hey, let's do a collab, right? So the director states that he is open to the idea of a guest character for Mortal Kombat to be put into Street Fighter. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the comments down below, man, or in the chat. Because as of right now, man, adding a Mortal Kombat character inside a Street Fighter game, man, will more than likely bring more people to MK. And for those MK players, they might end up trying Street Fighter, right? So now you are combining both of these characters inside of this, or both of these games inside of the same universe. So a lot of people are going to end up flip-flopping. Let me know if you guys think that that's a W for NetherRealm Studios. Because I think it is. For NetherRealm Studios to basically get a little bit of more publicity from the Street Fighter end of things, I think that's going to bring a couple more people inside the game. Meaning they're going to bring a little bit more comp this way. And hell, who knows? I might even pick up Street Fighter 6 off of this one, you know. Just to play, you know, Scorpion or Sub-Zero, right? Inside of Street Fighter 6. That would be fire. That's just me, though. They already got street clothes for a couple of these characters, man. So, it's possible for them to do it. Alright, so, new leaker Interloco has found the game file outlining the 6 characters that we round out to for MK1's new batch of DLC releases. Based on these files, 3 classic Mortal Kombat fighters will return alongside 3 licensed characters. They include Noob Saibot, Cyrax, Sektor, Conan the Barbarian, GHOSTFACE, and T-1000. If you guys want more information on these characters, I did cover this in a previous live. I think it was actually last week. So, if you guys want to check that out, man, go ahead, man. I will leave a link in the description for that live, just to make sure that you guys go ahead and get that information. Alright. Here we go. I gotta address this, man. I have to address this. I really do. Because, why are there so many people coming out with fake leaks, alright? Once again, you know, and I cover this like every blue moon on the channel, right? But it's like it's a reoccurring thing, right? Where a lot of people are basically trying to like throw other people off with certain characters being inside the game. Like, let's be real. they mix them in with like characters that we know are for a fact are going to be inside the game, and then they try to throw their own characters inside of the game, right, to make it look legit, but it's not actually legit. So for this person's list, they have Jade, Cabal, Serena, Blaze, Doom Guy, Ghostface, and The Thing, right? But there's no evidence of The Thing, Doom Guy, Cabal, or Blaze being even remotely playable inside of this game, right? Even remotely like crossing NetherRealm's minds, right? And then they have Kai, Scarlet, Meek, Moloch, and Shinnok, as well as Hydro, and as cameos. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, right? Yes, this is a fake leak, right? But honestly, if some of these characters were to meet fans' expectations, I say NetherRealm Studio go ahead and take the extra step to basically go ahead and put some of these characters inside the game, right? We know for a fact we're getting Shinnok, right? If you've been on my channel for a while. But like certain characters like Scarlet, Meat, right? Moloch. Some of those characters could be playable, you know what I mean? But once again, the possibilities are endless, bro. So, you know, I have no clue. But once again, there is not enough evidence for even half of these characters being in the game, right? So that's just my take on it. Would I like to see some of those characters in for my wish list? Maybe. Yeah, why not? But as of right now, dude, fake leak. That's all I gotta say about it. Mortal Kombat 2 had a test screening last night, meaning that a couple of people got to see a sneak peek of the MK1 or MK2 movie. Right? Now, as you guys can see, man, my boy Cole is right here, smack dab in the middle. It looks like my boy is going to be making another appearance inside of this new MK game, or MK movie, I should say, as well as a lot of deaths, more screen time for not only Johnny Cage, but Katana, and all the characters are sidelined. I don't know what the hell that means. As well as great fighting sequences, lots of gore, etc., etc. And it also states that Katana was amazing. Johnny, but maybe a little too old for the role. Oh, Carl was okay as Johnny, but maybe he's a little too old for the role. Maybe, I don't know. He could be. Hey, actors get old, man. That's what happens. Hugh Jackman's getting old, man. Well, more than likely he's getting tired, but he still put that Wolverine suit on. So, you never know, right? And then Katana was absolutely amazing. I'm so glad that NetherRealm Studios and Ed Boon are basically taking the steps to continue to basically work on this movie and to just basically like make it up to par, not rushing the movie at all. Because we had the whole situation with the with COVID, and then the whole film industry basically going on strike, right? So Ed Boon, man, you know, shout out to you, bro, because the patience is just like unrivaled, dude, for this movie. He wants it to be a good movie, right? It seems like they're taking a lot of pride in making this movie actually decent, and I feel like they're covering the basics of what actually makes Mortal Kombat, right? Adding lots of gore, adding fan favorite characters, right? And from what I'm seeing on this cover, man, everything just looks absolutely like beautiful, right? Everything looks juicy, right? And that's what we're really looking for, man. If we can get a good Mortal Kombat movie, man, and then improve on the game just a little bit, I think we got to win in the community. That's just me, though. Alright, so my boy MK sub that goat goes on and says MK1 is DEA. And then he didn't finish the sentence. Basically saying that the game is dead, right? I don't think this game is dying anytime soon. I think it's a popular, and let me go ahead and just address this real quick, you guys. I think it's a popular opinion that this game is like a dead game, right? Or this game is dying, right? But I don't think the game is dying per se, right? I think the game basically had a bad start, yes. The game is unfinished, right? But I don't think the game is going to be 100% dead, right? This is a game where, you know, lots of people love the franchise from years ago, right? Years ago, right? So I don't see it going away anytime soon. Now, do you have players leaving? Yes, because the game and the product is not what people are expecting right now, right? But when the product does get up to par, right? Because let's be honest, once again, and I say this time and time again, that the game is unfinished, but when it is 100% done, when all the characters are added inside the game, when we get past Combat Pack 1, 2, 3, and possibly 4, because let's be honest, once again, the possibilities are endless, you guys. They're endless. They can keep updating this game and just keep adding characters, you know? And this could be Armageddon all over again, right? Where the roster is just absolutely stacked, right? I don't think the game is dead, but I think the game is in a bad state. You know, getting better though. It was in a horrible state, but now we're getting better. Once we get to that point where, you know, everything is basically working and NetherRealm has found its legs and they stop with the microtransactions, I think we'll be in a good spot. That's my take on it though. So, patch notes. Ice cream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. Goes on and says that Natara, buffed. Havoc, buffed. Reptile, buffed. Sub-Zero, buffed. And last but not least, Johnny Cage, nerfed. Great news, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I definitely agree with, I want to say, pretty much the entire list, if I'm being completely honest with you. Natara really doesn't have any moves to basically, like, open up the opponent, right? Havoc pretty much sucked, right? Reptile, he definitely needed some work. Sub-Zero, man, you guys have been complaining so much, man. But, once again, closed mouths do not get fed. So, go ahead and keep complaining, Sub-Zero mains, bro. Because they're finally getting, you guys are finally getting through to them. You guys are finally letting them know, hey, this character needs to be buffed. And if I'm being completely honest with you, Sub-Zero does need to get buffed. He does not have what it takes to compete like how he did when the beta was first released, right? And then Johnny Cage, he needed a nerf, dude. They need to nerf this character so much, dude. Like, I don't know how he keeps getting nerf after nerf after nerf, and it's just still just like top of the charts. But I don't know, dude. The whole Johnny Cage, dude, he's been broken since day one. Broken since day one. And then we have this right here, gift from NetherRealm Studios. So, if you guys haven't already, easiest way to get this skin for Melina, right? My main. Go in, log in to Mortal Kombat. You'll get the screen right here, and then you will get this character automatically, right? No questions asked, no strings attached. You'll get the character off rip, right? Or the skin for that character. Alright, next up, man, we got this right here. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. This is 100% fake, you guys. Do not get it twisted. It is 100% fake. This is not real. Alright, so don't be fooled by this. I think this is actually from Call of Duty, if I'm not mistaken. The skin rendering for this character is from Call of Duty. And it's not going to be how the original Ghostface for this game is going to look. But Ghostface is going to be inside of this game. So, expect to see Ghostface pretty soon, you guys. Somebody did make a mod here, and I'm not going to lie to you. They took the time to do this. It looks really good. I'm not going to lie to you. He could have had me fooled. And then he has a fake little rendering right here. Pretty interesting stuff, man. Making people really believe that this character is being worked on like this early. Which I doubt. You know, NetherRealm, they haven't even finished... what is her name? Farrah. I guarantee they haven't. And she's going to be extremely buggy when she comes out. I know that they're struggling a lot with just getting this character to just actually work for them, right? So, making Ghostface is probably the last thing on their mind, man, as of right now. But this does look extremely good, man. Can't wait till Ghostface release. It's going to be sauce. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Alright, next up, we got this right here. So, this person, also named Anonymous, wanted to share something today, some information that I gotten from a friend of mine, coming this fall from Warner Brothers, right? And this will be dropping the Midway collection containing the following games, right? So it seems like they're bringing out a bunch of classic games here, you guys. So we will actually be able to backtrack and play a couple of these MK older games. So if you haven't been able to touch Deadly Alliance, if you haven't had the ability to touch Deception, Armageddon, Shaolin Monks, it seems like they're going to go ahead and put it inside this big little bundle, right? And it will be pricing at $70. So basically like the price of a base game, right? $69.99 for all of these older games. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the comments down below, man, because honestly, being able to get all these older games, man, for just $70, and if they add online, man, it's over. Hey, like, we might have to do it in the older days where, like, me and a buddy, you know, I grab a controller, and he has to come over here and play. You know, this is one of them games where you got to play on your system, right? You got to come over and play this one. No online. You know what I mean? But if they do add online inside this game, you know, that would be fire. I'm not going to lie to you. I would like to see it. Alright. And a little bit more for the leak side of things, you guys. Takeda, your accent is Nigerian. I think we finally figured it out, you guys. It's no other than that boy Cyrax himself. It's got to be Cyrax. Like, who else would it be at this point, right? Cyrax has been confirmed by Interloco. Sektor has been confirmed by Interloco. Yes, we are getting feminine versions of these characters, man. But, all in all, we're still getting the character. And, of course, the accent is very much Nigerian. So, a lot of people were speculating that this was going to be Cyrax. You guys guessed right. So, there you guys have it. Cyrax and Sektor are in the game, but they have titties. So, sorry to bust a lot of people's bubbles, but that's the reality of everything here. I have a question. Do you think a guest character will come with the story expansion? I do. I don't know who the guest character might be, you know. I can speculate a couple of characters for you if you like. But if I'm being completely honest with you, I think the biggest character that is going to be released for this DLC expansion, for this story expansion, is definitely going to be Noob Saibot. Hands down, right? But they're saying that this might actually be just a skin from Sub-Zero, and they're basically just going to put Noob Saibot's moveset inside for that character. So basically like performing the Brawlhalla. But I don't know how I feel about that, right? I want Noob Saibot to be his own character. So hopefully they don't add it just a skin for Sub-Zero. They make an actual character for Noob Saibot. I feel like people would be more excited for that as opposed to them cutting corners, right? That's just me, though, right? Alright, next up. Seasonal content is being wound down, right? Less seasonal palettes are the norm going forward for the last few seasons remaining. Meaning, and once again, let me go ahead and just state this real quick. This is from Fate Unknown, you guys. Verified insider. Goated 10. He's 11 for 10, dude. He does not miss. He literally does not miss. Fate Unknown basically went out and just said that we are basically going to see less and less seasons going forward, right? So for those making season videos and those basing their channels around the season videos, man, you might want to start finding new things to gravitate towards for MK. I'm not going to lie to you. If Fate Unknown says something, it is 9 times out of 10 accurate as hell, right? If Fate Unknown tells you that Shinnok, Orion, I don't even know, Hydra is inside the game, those 3 characters are in the game, right? There is no I don't even know who this guy is, right? But somehow, some way, he finds information that nobody else can get. Not even Inner Loco can find the information that this guy's finding. I think he's a secret dev. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think he's a secret insider dev, or maybe he's actually hacking another. I don't know. I have no clue. But what I do know is this guy's accurate as hell. So, for all the people that are looking forward to new seasons, be rest assured that they're minimizing the seasons as we speak right now, right? So we're probably going to get, at most, probably like 20 seasons. At most. At most. 15, at the very least. Or maybe 10 at the very least. I don't know. I think they're going to do 10 seasons and they're going to be done. Then they're going to start working on Injustice, like, full throttle. From what it sounds like. Right? And then we have this right here. Now, this is actually fake information right here. This is not a fake leak, because it's not a leak at all. But this is actually fan-made. This character right here, I'm probably going to butcher the name. Delea, being a character inside of, or a cameo fighter inside of MK. How many people would like to actually see this character inside the game, man? I did a poll on this, or I made a post on it, trying to see, who would actually be interested in seeing this character inside the game. And it says defense, tricky, air and ground prevention. I think that would be fire. I think it would be sauce. And the way they have this skin rendering for this character is perfect. Perfect. Right? I don't remember what game she was from. I think she was from, what game was she from? Was it Deadly Alliance? I can't remember off the top of my head, you guys. I do remember her talking to some old guy, though. That's all I remember. I don't remember what game she was from, though. Right? And she only had, like, and I think she only had, like, what, 10 minutes of screen time, if I'm being real? Right? So, she didn't really play a huge part in the games that I personally played, right? Maybe she played a huge part, and maybe she was playable inside another game. I have no clue, right? I've only played a handful of MK games, mostly the new releases, but I do have a little bit of insight about the older games, right? So like your MK3, I played and beat it, right? MK Deadly Alliance, played the hell out of that. MK Armageddon, played the hell out of that. 9 and other installments about after that, right? But this character, anything new, any new character or older character getting brought back into this revamped system, right? I feel like it's a W, right? That's just me, though. And I think that is actually it as of right now. Yep. And then we got this right here. Basically, Homelander going against Black Noir. That would be absolutely fire if they decided to make Noob Saibot his own character and then adding Black Noir as a skin, right? I don't know if they have to do like a whole license thing to actually get this character inside the game. But what I do know is when we had characters like the Joker being released inside MK11, we had skins like for Cassie Cage being like Harley Quinn and like crazy stuff like that. Killer Croc, right, for Baraka. And I think there was one more character. Once again, I can't remember, man. I'm drawing a blank. But I do know that they were able to do it in the past, but I don't know if they were able to do it for guest characters, right? But if we do end up getting Black Noir, man, that would be fire, right? I don't think anybody would be opposed to not having that character inside of the game. Alright. Now, last but not least, you guys, we have this right here. Not for Inner Loco, but this right here. The Takeda trailer. Not actually a trailer, but there's a little bit of insight on what this character is going to look like. And this is his first look. I'll go ahead and shut up real quick so you guys can go ahead and check this out. And shout out to that boy, Legacy of Kaiser.
My losing streak against you ends today.
Only if your combat has improved.
And off rip, it looks like he's flowing beautifully, dude. Looks like he's flowing beautifully, man. Not gonna lie to you. Look, can we get one more double take on that?
My losing streak against you ends today.
Only if your combat has improved.
Look at that. That looks so fluent. He doesn't even need a cameo. He doesn't even need a cameo, man. So I really want to see the damage output for that character. A lot of people were saying like I was hating on the whole Ermac thing, but when I seen the Ermac trailer, I was kind of like, eh. But after seeing this right here, you guys, I think that Takeda is actually going to be a really good character. Just from what I've seen, just from what I've played in the older games, right? And all around in general, they really do a great job with Takeda, right? But that's all I have for this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this little live, man. We are directly an hour in, bet. Hey, there we go. So there you guys have it, man. Your boy Pete's going ahead and basically just letting you guys know the information that he got for this week, man. If you guys have any other information that you guys want to share, go ahead and join my Discord. Link will be in the description for that, man. But this is Peeps. I love every last one of y'all. And I'm out. Peace.